Welcome, guys. Welcome. Wait, are we live? Yeah, we're live. um, welcome back to the channel. For the Empoli preview with me today. No Justin, no Julian. It's Malik again. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Eh,
Always good.
no, not anymore. Not anymore. It's getting
Oh
worse.
no,
It's
no, no, no.
it's changing now. It's changing now. I'm getting angry. Like usually,
No.
yeah. Like this season, I was like, okay, it is what it is, huh? But looking at the way we keep performing and the way other teams are performing in terms of they're not playing well, and we just like I thought if the other teams just start dropping point, we would take advantage of it more, and we aren't. So that's frustrating for me. So it is what
Yeah.
it is. Um, before we get into the Empoli game and the press conference, the lineup, and all those stuff, because you haven't talked about it or speak about it, the Villarreal game. What do you make of that performance and
Uh,
result?
it's frustrating because when we took the early lead, I just knew we were gonna sit back and concede. And no, the way in which we conceded was most frustrating to me because Parejo, he just had all the space in the world, didn't he? And
Yeah,
it was a very poor goal to concede. And I expected a draw going into the game, so it's frustrating, but it's not the worst result in the world.
yeah. I said we would lose 2-1 because I was not like I watched Villarreal, not full games, one full game against Real Madrid, but the last month and a half I watched like 30 minutes. But usually like there
Mm.
were so much they were winning 4-0. Like I quit the game, like it was pointless to watch. But I said they're more open. They're not that defensive as they were at the start of the season. So I was like, yeah, maybe we have a shot. And looking at that game, they were kind of open, especially in the first half on the right hand side with McKennie. And the moment we went up, I'm like, okay, we're going forward. I think we got lucky in the first half that we didn't concede. In the like
Yeah,
10 minutes after we scored, then we were in control. Like it was okay. And the first 10 minutes in the second half, I was like, we're going for it. 2-0, you know? And then I don't know what happened. We sat back. And again, if De Ligt and Rabiot didn't make that mistake, we would have won that game. I'm pretty sure
no,
about that.
definitely.
But now 1-1, it's useless. Like it's pointless without the away goal rule. It's a game for nothing. Like it was pointless. It is what it is. So
For
we
the
need to.
past two seasons, for the
Yeah,
past two
yeah, yeah.
seasons, the away goal rule was the reason we got knocked out. And this and the season they stopped using it. We score an away goal.
I tweeted. I was like, the season we stopped, like the away goal rule doesn't exist anymore. We score like 30 seconds in, we score. I'm like, yeah, typical. It's
Yeah.
typical. Um, so yeah, Stephanie, thanks for joining from work, but don't get yourself fired. I don't know. Um, Justin say we fired Julian. It's a tough business. Yeah, he's slacking this week. No, he has important things to do. So he will be back next week. Um, now we will get into Allegri's comments first. I bring up some of them. I'm not gonna read them all because he talked about a lot of stuff. Um, for the first time, he said, I think this is the first time I can remember that he actually said we need 3 points. I I cannot
I,
recall him saying that ever again. Like with those words, saying we need 3 points. And he was like he said it. Like usually say, yeah, we need a result or we need a win, but like the way he said we need 3 points is, I think I want to say he understands the moment, but like yeah, he needs to understand the moment. But that's his words. So just from some team news, he said, yeah, the injuries, and he said like, yeah, the under 23 players are gonna be with us. I think they're just gonna be with them.
Miratti.
Like that's it. They're gonna be with us, but I don't think
Yeah.
they're gonna play. I will be
Maybe
shocked.
they'll maybe they'll play a good few seconds like Sule
Yeah,
against
five
Salernitana.
five seconds.
Miratti,
Yeah,
Miratti 2 seconds. Maybe.
yeah. Let's see. I don't think they're gonna play. I don't know. People were saying, Giovanni Albanese said Ake, like he can play maybe, but like I'm still waiting the day Giovanni gets something right before anyone else. I'm still waiting until they. Maybe it's today, maybe it's tomorrow. Then I will
Maybe.
take him more serious. But until that day, no. So no. Then he said also Dybala is still out. Maybe Fiorentina. Like listening at that press conference, I would say not even Fiorentina. Like not even then. Sandro's still
Uh,
out. Chiellini, which I misspelled. I see in the in the graphic. Maybe next week. He said so. I think he's gonna miss next week also. Then he said because people are I don't know going with it. He said maybe Keane can start and maybe no if Keane starts maybe he said one of Morata and Vlahovic will rest, which
yeah.
well that makes sense. But he did not say Keane will start. He did not say that because I saw a lot of people saying getting angry about it. But Allegri never said I'm gonna start Keane. He just said maybe. Let's see. And then he said Bernardeschi next week. He's saying that every press conference. So I have no idea what's up with him because he keeps
Yeah,
saying
he's
next
been gone
week.
for a while.
Yeah, like so I don't know what's up with him. Like I have no idea what's up with him. What's happening with him? Yeah, we need players at the moment because there's nobody else left, you know. But like I'm not, you know, I'm not waiting for Bernardeschi. I'm not gonna lie. Like it is what it is.
Yeah,
But we need
exactly.
players
I
now.
don't think any of us know.
And then he said Miretti. He was asked will he be with the first team. He said yeah, with the injuries it's normal. He said also him. So Miretti, Ake, and Sule. And then he also said Ake is more a direct player. He basically compared them a bit with Cuadrado. Like he likes to take on players. And he said Sule is more a technical player and someone who finishes the how do you want to say it the build up like with a goal, the action.
Yeah, he so like Dybala,
Yeah, something like
pretty
that.
much.
So he basically gave you like the blueprint in terms of if I'm gonna use one, well, if I need that type of player, it's gonna be him or that type of moment. I don't think they're gonna play. Let's see, we'll get into the lineup. Like with the predicted lineup, I don't think they're gonna play at all. But
You know.
looking at that bench, you don't have an option. Like are you gonna play the same players over and over again now? It's getting thin. So maybe Ake and Sule will get minutes later on the game, more than 1 second or like 5 seconds. Um, but I don't believe that. And if someone is getting minutes, I think it will be Ake over Sule. What do you think?
Yeah, I think because he's played Ake before, so we've only
Yeah,
seen Soule once, and it was for literally 5 seconds. He brought on Ake during the Atalanta game for a good 10 minutes.
yeah,
Um, I know it wasn't him, but he played a fair amount. Landucci brought him on against Sampdoria. So, like,
yeah.
I think
Also,
Ake is out of all the youngsters from the under 23s, Ake is the most likely to play the most minutes, I think.
yeah, I agree. I agree. And then we move on. Like, if he didn't really say something special. Basically said we need to win tomorrow. Because it's important for the league, the important moment. Like we all know that. Then he was about winning league titles or just a title in general. He said, "Yeah, still the Coppa Italia and the Champions League." I'm like, "Yeah, you can say that you're still in it, but I don't think you're not gonna win the Champions League." Like, let's be real. Maybe the Coppa Italia, but like, there's a great possibility that we will end up with no trophy for the first time in 10 years.
Yeah.
It is
Hmm.
like at some point it was gonna happen. Like, it's normal. Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna win a title every year. Like at some point it's gonna end, but like it's just the way it's gonna end. It's weird, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Um. Then he also said, yeah, he talked about the first place and like top four, and I think they keep asking him, can you win the title or are you in the title race? I think that's one of the like you go in that press room and that's the question you ask. I'm like, really? Like, look at the
The
table.
journalists should really get over it. I know Inter and Milan are dropping points today.
Yeah,
Milan drew today, and Inter are about to drop points to Genoa. But still, no, it's not happening. It's not a realistic game. We should just focus on qualifying for the Champions League because we're closer to fifth place than we are to first place. So we
I,
need to be realistic.
that's the point. Everybody seems to forget. Like, and I said it before we went live. we talked about it a bit, and we said it like if we
Hmm.
would have won the last 2 games, then maybe you could have said like, okay, maybe it's 5 points, like 4 points, like it's possible, like it is.
Yeah,
But we didn't, and we
but that
didn't.
didn't happen.
Yeah, that didn't happen for a reason. We are not good enough. So, it, it, I don't know. It's weird. Like the questions are weird, but let me see. Yeah, those are the questions they asked, so it is what it is. And then he ended basically with talking about the first leg, saying basically said we weren't that bad. We conceded a goal when we were in a best moment. I remember that second half, and we were very lucky. Empoli were very poor that day up top because against a better team that would have been 3-0 or something like that.
Mm.
They had so much space. I remember that game. So I don't know. Then he said we took a step forwards and all those things. He said Keane, if he plays again, he will play a good game, I believe. I think it's just hope at this point. He's hoping if he plays, he will play a good game.
Yeah,
Because
I don't think he'll play tomorrow.
no, we will get into that. Like, there's no evidence that will show Keane will play a good game. Maybe in training, he sees something special. I don't know, but what from what we've seen in game, it's bad. Like
It's really bad.
it's one of the worst performances I've seen from a player in a long time consistently. Not even Bernadeschi puts in those type of performances. Like it's actually really bad.
Yeah,
So
and what's worrying me is the obligation at 40 million. I hear maybe we could negotiate with Everton to eliminate that clause because PSG want him, but we'll see. It's
yeah,
looking it's looking bad, and it's a shame because we know how good he was in his first season with us, and how okay he was last year with PSG.
yeah,
He has ability for sure, but this season he's just not showing it, and is putting in really really bad performances. It's like there's no point in playing him, and that, I hate to say that because I really like him.
yeah. What the hell is this? Um, I agree, and like the key part, like today there was news like saying the club are hoping to basically also open talks with PSG and stuff like that. Let's see, but I said it to Justin because somebody asked questions in the live. I'm like, we need to wait until the summer, like Keane, Morata, Dybala, like what's gonna happen with all those players, like Bernadeschi. We need to wait before we can actually say he's gonna leave. Then okay, and then the quote I want to get to. He said, "When you playing at a high level, and people thought he meant we as a team were playing at a high level, but he meant in terms of playing Champions League or like playing at a high level, like that. What do you mean?" He said, "You mustn't give your opponent a chance to get back into the game." And on Tuesday, that happened, and I was like, "That happens a lot of the time, not Tuesday. Like maybe we,
Yeah, that happens on a weekly basis, more or less.
yeah,
It happened against Torino. It happened so many times this season where we've just sat back and gave the game away pretty much against sides we should really beat.
I agree, I agree." Um, why is it blocking? That's my issue. Like he said, basically on Tuesday, I'm like, it happens every game almost. Like it's not a one off. That's the problem. Like if it was a one off, okay. The problem is it's a one off, and that's why we are in a position we're in now. And that's and the
Yeah,
position we are in
exactly.
now is I don't know what it is.
Very awkward.
It's
It's
yeah,
very awkward.
it's a weird position.
Such a
Like
weird position. Yeah, it's like it's we have the chance to get away from Atalanta so many times. They haven't won a league game since January, by the way. It's been well over since the 9th of January, I believe. And we're just not taking advantage of it. Every time the other teams drop points, we point like last week the entirety of the top six dropped points. It was a perfect chance for us to get a bit of leverage, so to say.
and yeah, and even like looking at the first 2 games of the weekend, yeah, like teams are teams are struggling now, and that's not like, you know what it is. They will pick it up, those teams, and they already have an advantage up on us, like in terms of league position wise and points and all those stuff. So
Exactly.
it's not gonna matter anymore for us. Um, it's normal. Like I remember. I think people forget about it because we have won so much. But even in the seasons we won, we dropped points against teams like Genoa.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
normal.
we
It
did.
happens. But I think
But it doesn't happen often. It happens like maybe twice, 3 times, and 4 times max season. But
and
this time it's happening all the time, pretty much.
yeah, looking at the other teams now, like people say, "Oh, it's good title race." I would say the teams are not average, but like or awful. They're not that strong this season. Like it's gonna be a close race, but like at the end of the day, it's gonna be the team winning who is the least bad. Like not like we
Yeah,
have won it.
exactly.
Like we're just better. It is what it is. But like now, it's like.
I remember I saw a tweet today saying one of Pioli, Inzaghi, and Spalletti are gonna win the Scudetto this season, and I just looked at the tweet and realized, oh God, we allowed this to happen. It's gonna be their first title.
Yeah, and to be honest, if you think about it, it's will I say embarrassing? I will not say embarrassing. It's
No,
no, it's
it's
kind. I would say it's kind.
disappointing. It's embarrassing and disappointing at the same time.
I would say it's embarrassing that we're not closer to those teams. I would say that you should be
Yeah,
closer to those teams, and we are not. We're not. So, yeah. Like if this was last season, or like let's say like a few seasons back, it would be, oh my god, like we're going +8 if we win, or you know what it is. But now it's
yeah,
like we're going -8, like
yeah.
yeah, it's what it is. I think if we
I remember.
win, it's 7 points from Inter, still no, from Milan, and I would say 5 points from Inter with a game in hand. So it's pointless. Like you're not gonna make up that much ground because you messed up. You messed up.
Yeah, it's gonna be 7 points from Milan and 5 from Inter with the game in hand if we beat Empoli tomorrow.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Um, what do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, the game tomorrow. Before we get into our lineup, we will get into Empoli's lineup. And Allegri made a good point. He said like they can play fearless because they're not going down. They're not gonna make Europa League or stuff. Like it's just middle of the pack, so there's not really pressure. They can go for it.
Yeah, and they've beaten us before, so
Yeah,
they
and
could
they
have the
were good this
confidence to do
season.
it again. Yeah,
That game,
the
excuse me.
again I keep saying this for every team we preview, but they do have a good team.
Yeah. So usually they play 4-3-1-2, something like that.
They've always played that for as long as I've known them. They've always played that with
Yeah.
Sari and now with Riazzoli and now with their current coach.
Like I don't know all their players. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and I've not watched a lot of Empoli this season. Also, not gonna lie. The most time every time I watch them, they got smashed. Like I don't know.
Yeah, against Sassuolo, against Milan,
Yeah,
against
the Milan
Roma.
game I watched, just the Sassuolo
Yeah,
game I watched. I'm like, every time I watch them, they get absolutely annihilated. I'm like, okay, but
and
they still are 10th in the league for a reason, sitting
yeah.
comfortably. So yeah, the goalkeeper, never heard about him. Not gonna lie. They have Parisi at left back, who
Parisi,
on his day is good. On his day he's good. Um, then they have Viti and Simone Romagnoli at the back with Stojanovic. Like that's not special. They have Benassi.
yeah,
They have Aslani and Zurkowski, which I like. I like him. I like
yeah,
Zurkowski. I think he's
yeah.
okay.
Zurkowski, the new Zielinski, went through Empoli.
Yeah, and then they have Biarami playing in that.
Bayrami is probably their best player.
I think they have like he played in the 10 position, and then up top they have
Yeah,
Pinamonti and Cutrone most of the
Pinamonti and
time.
Cutrone.
Like I
What
don't
to
really.
do? Ex-Inter, ex-Milan.
Yeah, it's a typical game where they will show up, but like they're not actually special players, but they will show up. They will show up because They will be
Yeah.
up for it. And I hate playing at Empoli. That stadium
Yeah.
is, I don't know what it is. It was voted the
It's
worst
it's
stadium
it's
in Europe. I saw. It's weird. The pitch is also weird at times. Like it's.
yeah.
I just hate playing at Empoli. We struggle. We struggle at Empoli. Like we won. Like we
We
won.
win, but like we struggle to win,
We
don't
win,
we?
but it's ugly. I remember that Ronaldo
Yeah.
game where he scored, the Evra game with Mandzukic, like, and
Oh yeah.
Dybala at the end, which was an offside goal with Lichtsteiner hitting the
E-
post.
even Higuain's first season,
Yeah,
we won 3-0, but like the goals came so late.
we struggle. Like we win, but we struggle. Uh,
Yeah.
it's a bit like Genoa. But at Genoa, we tend to lose more for some reason.
Yeah,
Uh,
Genoa is, I hate that stadium. The Luigi Ferraris. And Sampdoria.
yeah.
But nothing beats the Bentegodi for me.
Yeah.
That stadium. I just,
That's haunted
yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with that stadium. But we play awful. Like even if we play Kiev, we struggle. It's
Yeah, exactly. It's not bad.
it's one of those stadiums I don't like. So Empoli, like, should we like? I know we have injuries, so like, do you miss Dybala in the lineup? Yeah. Will you miss McKennie? Yeah. Uh, will you miss those two players? I would say, yeah, you will miss those two players, McKennie, Dybala. It is what it is. But other than that, the team is
It's
it's what it
solid.
is.
Solid.
We will go into the
Yeah.
lineup. Again, this is predicted lineup. Sky is saying something, DiMarcio saying something else, and Romeo didn't say anything. But going off,
Yeah,
Allegri,
Rome always says it on the day of the game. So
yeah, usually tweets out like in training, but like when we play away games, he usually doesn't do that. But this is a predicted lineup, so it's Chesney, it's Danilo on right back, it's Bonucci, De Ligt, it's Pellegrini at left back and Danilo at right back. Then it's Zakaria, Locatelli, Rabiot, it's Morato, Vlahovic, and Cuadrado. Now,
no, that's a 4-4-2.
yeah, that was one of the points I was gonna make. So if those are the the man he's choosing or the players he's choosing, it's gonna be 4-4-2. So for me, that's one. So some are saying Keane is gonna play, so Morata is gonna go off. Then it's definitely gonna be 4-4-2 in my opinion. If he's gonna play
Oh
Keane,
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm like, I have no doubt about that, to be honest. There was also rumors that Arthur will play instead of Locatelli. I don't believe that. I actually don't believe that because of the importance of the game, and not because I'm saying it, because he said we need the 3 points. So based on that, I think he's gonna
Can
play
play the best
Locatelli,
players. Yeah.
and I also think he is gonna play Morata just because he said it's very important.
Yeah, exactly.
For that reason only, I think he's gonna play the best players. Just also because he's missing players, and I think if he's gonna rest some players, it's gonna be on Wednesday against Fiorentina and the Coppa Italia because you still have a return leg for that. Like it's not one game, it's 2 games. So if he's gonna
Yeah,
change something, I think it's gonna be for that game.
yeah, and that second leg is a whole 2 months so
Is it?
it's in April. Yeah, it's in April. It's late April, the second
Is
leg.
it late April? I did not know that.
I think. Let
I
let me
I
confirm because
I have no idea.
it's somewhere in April. It is, yeah, it's the 20th of April, late April. Yeah, two
Really?
months.
Okay.
Yeah, the Coppa Italia is always like this. The first
Yeah.
leg happens like a long time before the second
You're right.
leg.
Now I remember. I remember that saying to, I think Julian, I said it too. It's like, oh, that's weird. Like it's a lot. You're right. So yeah, maybe who knows who's back or how the team will look at that point. So I think if he's gonna rest like Keane, I will be shocked if Keane starts tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie. I will be actually very, very surprised.
Yeah.
I would. Who will you play tomorrow, or what will you do with the players we have
The
available?
play. Yeah, I would play the same the same lineup as the predicted formation, because we basically have no other choice, and we need the 3 points as Allegri said. So he'll play the more important players. He loves Morata, he loves Locatelli. We know he doesn't like Artur, and Ken has been very questionable this season. So it would be a surprise if someone like Artur or Ken starts tomorrow.
I agree. I agree.
But I think this team should I emphasize it should be good enough to beat Empoli. Surely.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Just looking at that lineup, who like, yeah, I wouldn't play Rabiot. I wouldn't. But
Yeah,
it,
but we
like,
have no choice.
if Arthur, like, I don't know, I would play him. I would play him, and I will play Locatelli also. Just
Yeah,
because.
I'd love to see that, but we're never gonna get that. Allegri has an allergy to playing Locatelli and Artur together. It never happens. Yeah, I can't see.
Yeah, I muted myself. Excuse me. You're right. Um, but you know what it is with Arthur? When he came on against Villarreal, like he can control tempo and pace. He can set the tone, but he has that one pass every game where you're like, oh my god. And against
Yeah, it's
Villarreal,
all
he did that again, and we got lucky.
it's always that pass across goal that he does,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
brings so much. He did it last year against Benevento and they
yeah.
beat
But he
us.
does that every
He
game
did he did it
almost.
against Villarreal. Yeah, he does it every game. Like he's a very tidy player. I think he's good at keeping the tempo, as you said, getting touches on the ball. His movement on the ball is good, I think. But sometimes his range of passing isn't the best, and sometimes it brings us huge problems, especially when he's playing as the regista. We had that same issue with Bentancur, who did the same mistake in front of the D. Artur does it as well.
I agree. I agree. I 100% agree, because it's like there must be a reason why he doesn't like him.
I think it's the physical qualities. Allegri loves a physical midfielder.
Yeah, yeah. I would say that, but like something needs to be up. Like, and what is it? What's? I just want to know. I just want to know what Allegri thinks about him. In terms of, why do you play him? Like, what are we missing? Like, are we just are just we being, how do you want to say it? Not deluded, but like just fantasizing just because we don't see him a
Yeah,
lot and saying we want to see it. But again, last season it was basically the same with Pirlo. Like, something is off.
yeah. Maybe there's something that he does that doesn't please, that we can see, that doesn't please whoever's the coach. Because he's not an Allegri player, as I said. The physical qualities is examined that, and he was brought in for Sarri. He's meant for this fast, one-touch football, and
Yeah.
Allegri pretty much plays catenaccio every game, and you're not gonna play. Artur isn't the most suited player for a catenaccio-based team.
No. Again, but I will be shocked if he will play tomorrow. Same for Keane. Not shocked, but like, okay, surprised. I would be surprised. I wouldn't expect that. But let's see. Again, if he puts out this team, what's on the screen now, you should be Empoli away. You should. Again, we should have beaten
100%.
him. We should have beaten them at home. I know that. But I remember that game. It was McKennie and Dybala up top, and it was a mess.
Yeah. It was McKennie playing as a number 10. It was Dybala and Chiesa. We had no striker.
Like that game.
Danilo was playing in
Yeah,
midfield, I think.
yeah.
It was an absolute mess.
I remember McKennie and Dybala just like bumping into each other. I was like,
Yeah.
literally, they bumped into each other, going for the same. Like, one was making movement off the ball, one with the ball, and they just ran against each other, and they were looking at each other like, what? And that was so significant for that game. In the second half, he changed that because it was a mess. Like, it looked bad, it looked awkward, it looked not prepared at all. That game, it looked very weird. But again, with that team, you should be beating them. Again, I'm not gonna say we're gonna go to Empoli tomorrow, we're gonna beat them 3-0, something like that.
Oh no,
But at
far
the end of
from.
the day, you should be beating them. I'm confident we will beat them. Not really. I'm not. We're
Yeah,
in that
me too.
moment where we have no idea basically how to beat teams. Like that feeling I have. Like
Yeah, the past few results, the must-win games against Atalanta, against Torino, are games we should have won. Yeah, because Atalanta were missing a few
yeah,
players, and we basically played really. I think that was the best I've seen us play all season to an extent, but we just didn't finish it off. Against Torino, it was horrible.
I
Like,
agree. It was
yeah,
bad.
it was ugly to watch, and obviously they equalized because we sat back. And yeah, it makes you very pessimistic because you don't know what to expect. Are you gonna expect the 20 minutes of good pressing, good football, to score a few
Yeah,
goals, or is it gonna be the 20 minutes of pressing and then just sit back for the rest of the game? We'll see.
yeah. I'll get into the comments now because my apologies. I did not read any of those out. Um, let me see. Where would I start? I will go up a bit, not too much. Enzo say Morata needs a rest. I would start Keane on the left and see how it works. I would say he can get a rest in the Coppa Italia because tomorrow is more important and
Yeah,
Keane is it's a mess. Like um Enzo saying okay because I'm tired of Cuadrado. I'm getting to the point of being very tired of watching Cuadrado play. I don't know what's your opinion about it, but I've said it like the last 3 months. It's bad to watch. Like it's
this this season, Cuadrado has been very frustrating. Cuadrado, as long as I've known him, he's been a very, very frustrating
I
player.
agree.
He's very hit or miss. But last season, he was arguably our maybe third best player after Ronaldo and Chiesa. Um, but this season and the seasons before last season, he's just been he's very frustrating. He's very predictable to watch, and his
Yeah,
crosses
that's it.
he gets like one good cross every five crosses.
I agree.
Against Torino, he had like two crosses back to back. The ball didn't even levitate.
I agree. Yeah, in the last minute and 30 seconds times.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
agree with he's predictable. Against Villarreal, it was painful to watch at times. It was painful. You can see like if we can see it, the opponent can see it. Like it's very predictable, and you know what is there's basically no end product this season in terms of assists. You know goals. Yeah, he scored some key goals, but in terms of assists, it's not even assists, just danger in general. Being dangerous, like that's not him this season, so it's frustrating.
yeah.
Um,
People say he scores a lot of goals this season, and he has four. Right? That's I
yeah,
think his joint best tally in a league season with us.
okay.
But most of his goals are very fluky. They're either crosses that go in or
Yeah,
huge
again, the
deflections.
Fiorentina one was very important. It took a deflection, but still,
Yeah,
like we were struggling of
yeah,
getting
exactly.
so.
A goal's a goal at the end of the day, but like,
And at the end of the day, he scores key goals. Like how?
yeah,
I don't
that's
know
just how he
how,
is.
but
Yeah,
that's just him. Like it's just you have some of those players. Like it's like, but then he scores important goals. I'm like, yeah, he did it. But this season, no. Um, let me see. Hmm. Inter and Milan drew. The league should be up for grabs, but will we capitalize? Yeah, it's up for grabs, but
L-
not
l-
for us.
it's up for grabs, but it's up for grabs between Napoli, Inter, and
Yeah, it's not for us.
Milan.
Not for us.
Yeah, and
Um,
let's not think about it because
no.
we
We
kind of thought about it against
yeah.
when we played Atalanta, but we blew our chance. If we beat Atalanta and Torino past 2 weeks, I might say okay maybe because we'd be 4 points closer, and which would mean 3 points behind Milan and one behind Inter with a game in hand. So
If
maybe
if we would have won those 2 games, I would say yes, just because yes, because it's possible. Like
yeah,
you're in it. Do I believe it? Would I believe it? No, but yes, it's
no,
possible.
But like the chance would have been there. But no,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
I said, we need to be realistic. Focus on top. We're closer to 6th place than we are to 1st place.
I agree. Hanina saying the formation could be a 3-5-2, and also Giovanni. Yeah, we did the predicted lineup. I will bring that up so you can see that. But Anina's right. It could be a 3-5-2. It could.
Yeah,
It easily could be a
Danilo.
3-5-2. But like if with Danilo on the right, like it's you better play 4-4-2. Like you're not gonna push that high with Cuadrado again. Looking at him this season, I don't think he's gonna do that. It could be, but I will be shocked if he plays a 3-5-2 with Pellegrini and Cuadrado.
Yeah.
I will be actually surprised. On Holy Fun saying Miretti chances, not for playing.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Maybe a few seconds, like we said.
Yeah, and Khalid
It
saying
depends on the result of the game as well.
also.
Yeah,
Khalid is
like
saying,
if we're maybe like, I know this is unrealistic, but maybe if we're like 3-0 up
yeah.
by the 70th, maybe could get like a solid 15 minutes or so. But like that's not happening. Let's face it.
Khalid is saying Cuadrado's inconsistent because of his age. I don't think it's just because of age. It's just
He's
because,
always been
yeah.
inconsistent.
I think last season was just amazing in terms of output.
Yeah, last season was his best season with us in terms of output and then
Yeah,
product.
he almost broke a record
But
in Europe for most assists.
yeah,
So it is what it is. But this season it's super bad. Like the last 3 months, I would say are just bad. Hasa saying he had 20 assists last season, which is crazy. I would even argue second best for us last season. Yeah,
yeah,
that was what we were
definitely.
talking about. On Holyphone, Fun is saying 5 mil for Cuadrado is insane. We waste money. I don't think we are offering him 5 mil. I don't believe those reports because that's
I
more
have
than
an
what he's earning
unpopular.
now.
I have an unpopular opinion. I think extending his contract beyond 1 year is a mistake.
Yeah, no,
I
I
think
said
a year is fair.
I think it's
Yeah,
popular. No,
2 years.
I don't think it's unpopular. I said 1+1, and the +1 should be us. If he has
Yeah,
another season like he's having now, you need to move on.
exactly.
But I don't believe the rumors saying it's 5 mil and all those things. I don't believe that. Oop, what the hell did I do? I don't believe that. So, but let's see. Let's wait. Someone saying Locatelli also has been terrible the past 3 games. I would not say
Look,
terrible.
he's
He
his
struggled a bit.
performance. Yeah, his performance has dipped, but I think that's due to fatigue. Maybe Allegri said that Locatelli is tired. You can't forget he's played the Euros, and he has the second most minutes, I think, or third most minutes
But I think
with us this season.
he got a lot of rest the last few games. He
Yeah, he
started on the
did.
bench,
Yeah, he
so
did.
he just needs to stop playing in the 6th role. It is that simple. I need to start trusting Arthur.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Because okay, I see Lodi in the chat because somebody asked, "What do you guys think about Lodi from Atletico?" Like the rumored price is close to 40. I would say no to that.
Yeah.
Do I like him? Like, is he better than Alexandro? Yes, but that's not
Oh,
difficult.
100%.
Like the bar is not
Yeah,
high.
exactly.
Like the bar is not high.
Pellegrini is better than
I
Alexander.
would say yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Like I would rather play Pellegrini, and I don't rate Pellegrini at all. Like I want them both out of the club next summer. Like I don't want them, not even as backups. That's my opinion on both. But I will play them over Alexandro Pellegrini. But 40 mil for Lodi, I'm not sure about that. And I know we need to upgrade, but I don't know. Like it's not that I'm watching Lodi. I'm like I want that player. You know what it is?
Yeah.
I don't have
It's
that.
like
I don't have that feeling.
there's nothing spectacular. There's a solid left, but there's nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
I'd
I
like
agree.
to see us try for Weindal from Asia. Is he good? You have intel from the Eredivisie.
Intel though. I watch Dutch football because it's on.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah,
he
exactly.
he had a little, I would say, a stop in his development. Like he didn't develop as expected. He's a good player, but I don't think he's ready. Watching him even this season, I don't believe he's ready. And if he comes in, Allegri's not playing. He's
He'll
not
go
starting
to
him.
yeah. I think if he comes in, he'll go to the under 23s.
No.
Maybe.
If he comes in, he will be in the first team. But he will keep Alexandro and he will move on Pellegrini. That's what's gonna happen. I believe that. Um,
Yeah, that is imaginable. Yeah.
Also, guys, before I forget, the show is sponsored by Serie A Fantasy app or app site. You can the link for that is in the description. Also, the code from our league. We created a league, and you can win a PlayStation or a jersey at the end of the year. It's easy to set up. It's like 5 minutes. You can select your team, and you can play against me, Julian, and a lot of people in the chat who already are in that. So link for that is in the description. It's free to play, so you can win a PlayStation. You can win a jersey at the end of the year. Yeah. Our league code is also in the description, so you can type that in, and you will get straight to our league, and you can join us and compete with us. Let me see. Shadovin, I think, if I pronounce that right, saying, "No, guys, trust me. I've watched Lodi for 2 years now. Trust me, Lodi is worth 40 mil." Like, again, I've not watched a lot of him.
Fair enough.
Like, I'm not a Lodi expert. I don't watch a lot of Atletico because I don't like to watch that type of football. I watch it with us.
Yeah,
like, it's enough.
which is ironic because we're Juve fans.
Yeah, like I watch it because I'm a fan, but like I'm not gonna watch it again.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I like, do I think he's a good player? Yes, but like he's not. I don't want to say it. Like he's not a player. Like, yeah, I want him. Like, I'm not taking over the top like Vlahovic, but that was different. Or, I don't know. It's not.
Yeah, it's not something. It's not something you're desperate and is like the number one signing you need in the summer. He's a good player for sure. He'd improve us, but for 40 million, I have a few questions. Considering that we need to also upgrade other parts of the team, that's why. If we just needed a left back, okay, maybe, but we also need another midfielder.
Yeah.
We need a center back.
Yep.
And
maybe
yeah, those
two.
are more important. Yeah, exactly.
So let's see. Do I think we are in for a left back? Yeah, I think we are. I think that's obvious with the rumors, but I wouldn't be like I don't want to make it worse or just be the negative one. But I would not be surprised if just Sandro will stay and it's Pellegrini. We will move on, bring on a other player, let Sandro leave in 23 on a free, and then invest in a left back. I would not be surprised about that. So
yeah, I think that's the most likely outcome.
Yeah,
because Allegri likes Sandro.
Yeah,
even though he's been awful this season,
I just think they want to go for a midfielder, and the front line needs to be looked at because Dybala, we have no idea. Like I said, Bernardeschi, Morata, Keane. So that's that, and then we don't know if the Lig's gonna stay. You cannot trust Chiellini and Bonucci with the injuries and Rugani. Let's see. Someone is asking me what Normolo said. I have no idea. I've not looked into it.
He
what
said
did he
something
say?
else again.
I
I
have
didn't
no
read
idea.
what he said.
I can pull it up.
Is it
now.
something new?
I have no idea. Let me see.
He's been coming out a lot recently. Normolo.
Like people, I rate him because he got things right, but I think people are moving a bit crazy.
A bit
with
too
it.
gassed. Yeah,
it's not
too gassed with him. Yeah,
because I see a lot of translations and they're off. I'm not gonna lie, like the translations are very vague sometimes.
There's one I'm reading saying Allegri's contract will be terminated if he doesn't qualify for the. I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't believe.
He never said that
either.
It got taken out of context a bit because he said. No, he basically said Agnelli chose Allegri, and they'll go hand in hand. So if something happens, then and he then said ... like you fill in the dots. That's what he said, and people just went with it. That's why. That's why I didn't post it on the Bianconeri Zone because it was more of an opinion, like that post from him. So I'm not gonna translate an opinion. Like unless it's Romeo saying I think we will spend for the midfielder, I will tweet that out. But if Normolo is saying fill in the dots, like I'm not gonna do that because people will fill in the dots and you will get some weird stuff. So
yeah, you'll get so many so many different outcomes. So it's nothing reliable, nothing to look into basically.
Yeah. Let me see. Hassa saying, what do you guys think about the Super League? Villarreal Barca are thinking of relaunching it with different terms later this week.
We need it financially,
I
so
think
more money for us. I wouldn't say no.
yeah, I said it before. It's gonna happen someday
Yeah, it's bound to happen,
because
especially with the way finance.
yeah, because when like some teams are saying no, but I think they will come back. And also Platini, he said like everybody's blaming these three teams, but all the other teams signed the paper. They were pushing for it.
Exactly.
They all just got scared. That's what happened. So
Yeah,
people
they
are
all got pressured,
yeah, and again,
and 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 I feel like the six Premier League teams, they don't really like. I don't think they really need it because financially the Premier League is
no,
miles ahead of everyone.
no. But you know
You
what?
get more money. You get more money in the Premier League for getting relegated than winning Serie A, for
Yeah,
example.
you get more money from getting relegated in the Premier League than winning the Premier League, also. But and even coming up, you get more money than just winning the Premier League. But
Yeah, exactly.
uh, if all the teams start to join, then the Premier League teams will follow. But like again, it happened. I said I don't like the format. Like you're always in it. That's weird. It's stupid. And then I
Yeah.
was thinking about it. Now they're saying it's not gonna be like that. And then I'm like, so it's gonna be Champions League again. So what's the difference? The only difference is they want to control the money, how it will spend. You know what it is, but
Hmm.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
very difficult to do because you need the referees and they're on the books with the UEFA, so they need to resign. Like it's not easy to do. Like the
Yeah,
only way
it's
of this happening is agreeing something with the UEFA, and that will take time. But I do believe it's gonna happen someday. I do believe that,
yeah. Give it a few years,
and
maybe.
I will add it's gonna be it's gonna be ugly in terms of they're not gonna play in the stadiums. Like they're gonna go all over the world playing. Like, and I know it's great for people in America,
Uh,
or you know what I mean, in Australia, but
yeah.
that's going too far. It shouldn't be like that.
It, it, it kills the romanticism of
Yeah,
football,
it's I
basically.
don't know, it's money, but that's too far. Like you need to
Yeah, it
respect what
makes me feel like it makes me feel like every game is a preseason friendly, and I don't
that's
like
it.
that.
Like it's fun. Like I don't know, a lot of people don't have the opportunity to go watch their favorite club because it's expensive to travel. But the game should be played in the country of the teams. I keep saying it. Like even the Super Cup, I'm like, I don't like it. It should be played in Italy.
Hmm.
Preseason, yeah, like it's preseason, but competitive games, it should just stay in the country. And again, I cannot watch every game. Like, it's also not. It's not far from me. Like it's 1 hour flight. It's not far from me. Uh, but like it should be in the country. I will keep saying that. And I know a lot of fans overseas will say, that's not fair. But like at the end of the day, they're based in that country. Like it is what it is. Like I don't like it if they go like you said. It's gonna be preseason vibes, and it's not gonna be the same. But it will happen. It will
Yeah.
happen because in Spain they're talking about moving some games to like Real Madrid, Barcelona
Yeah, so
playing.
I heard that
Yeah, in
some league games
2027.
to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
America or something.
I'm like, no, no. It's like the NFL. They play in London. Now they will play in Germany also, games. But you know, if I again, I know a lot of Americans are in the chat, but if I look at NFL fans, they react like it's normal because they are used to it, you know.
Yeah,
And
they're
people
used
say,
to it. We're not.
yeah, and people say, oh, you will get used to it, but Europeans are different compared to Americans. It is what it is. They will never get used to it. They won't.
Mhm.
They will fight it. They
Yeah.
will fight it big time. They will they will lose it. Yeah, it's different. Like it's actually different. Like I don't want to say they're more passionate. Like they are passionate in
I
America,
feel, yeah,
but they express
they're
it
very,
differently.
yeah, Europeans are very, I'd say, in tune, like in terms of their football club with their
Yeah,
heritage.
yeah,
So yeah, it's like in America, obviously they like the teams they play for because it represents where they're from and stuff. But with Europeans, it's on a whole, it's like part of their identity, if you know what I'm trying to say.
yeah. I agree, and I think over here it's more. Like fans are more vocal in terms of, I don't want to say it, but like they break things down if they're not happy.
Yeah,
You
they
don't
do.
really
Yeah,
see that in America. Like it's different over here, so that's why that part of the idea, I don't think it's gonna ever work. It won't, because they will, like, the moment you come back to play in Italy, they will stay away and they will say we're not doing this, and they
yeah,
will
they're
stay
gonna
away in league
protest
games.
probably.
They will stay away in league games and all those things. And at the end of the day, you need those fans. You need those fans.
Yeah,
Um,
for revenue, for just
yeah, and I
the
saw a
vibes
comment.
of the club.
Hanine saying really quickly, because we're talking about Lodi and Cambiaso got injured and it looked serious, and he said,
Oh,
"Who are we gonna get? Because one of our targets got injured." I don't believe Cambiaso was a real target to come in and actually play for the team next summer, because I don't
I
think he's
feel like
ready.
if we got, I feel like if we got Cambiaso, he would have been another Plus Valencia deal.
I think he would just be loaned out straight to Genoa or something again, because
Yeah,
he does not
probably.
seem
Yeah,
really ready. But it is what it is.
yeah. He's only played like what 20 senior games in Serie A or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's his first proper season in
I
the top
agree.
league.
I agree. Um, Stephanie saying Americans more money based. You think, question mark, where Europeans are more in tune with the club? I would agree with that. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
a lot of European fans, they believe they are the club. You know what it is? They actually believe that, and
Yeah,
it's fine because it's different. Like it's actually different because the money with TV, all those things, it's different in America. It's actually different. Like if you can see some prices and the stadiums are packed, I'm like, this is not gonna work in Europe. Like the fans are not gonna take that. You know what? Like it's happening now. Like
yeah,
I went to Juve games paying a lot of money to watch them play Cagliari, but like for me it's like with my life going on, like I need to pick out a day. If it's Cagliari, if I need to pay that, I will pay that. But people in Italy are like, I'm not paying that to watch Cagliari. Screw it, I'm not coming.
yeah,
Whereas in America, they will come. They will come
yeah,
to watch that game, even if the ticket price doesn't value what you're putting on the field and also the opponent you're playing. They will come. It's different over here. Like they're not taking it. They will stay away. It's different. It's actually different. Um, but yeah, let's see. I don't like it. Like it shouldn't. Someone said it in the chat. That's like I would say 2 months ago, maybe. I forgot the name. He said like they're trying to they're trying to
Americanize.
Americanize the sport, and that's not a shot to America, but I agree. Like they're looking
Hmm.
at that mod at those models playing overseas, um, doing things differently and all those things, because I read stuff about the Super League playing in the playoffs, like one off games, or excuse me, like splitting it and saying that part will play those like very similar things. They're trying to do very similar things. I'm like, no, just be unique. Just do your thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what makes European football so special.
yeah, because it's different. But again, and also, I have never seen one American saying we need playoffs, or like no, like it's European, it's American, it's different. Like
Yeah,
they love it. Like not just Americans, like Australians, they love it because again, football is basically it's European, and I would say South
hmm,
America, like it's those part. Like that's when you say football, you think about those parts of the world, basically.
yeah, yeah,
Europe and
yeah. It's a
South
worldwide
America.
sport, but like those are the prominent
Yeah.
ones.
So let's see. Let's see. I think it's gonna happen one day. How? I have no idea, but it's gonna happen. I believe, and I believe like teams
Yeah,
like
me too.
Bayern and PSG, they will come back and agree to play that thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, Stephanie saying, yeah, kinda of reminds me of the horrible Yankees prizes and tourist paid. Then yeah, that's it. Like everybody wears a Yankees hat, but they're awful. Like they're bad. Like it is what it is. Like I see a lot of people wearing Raiders things an NFL team. They suck. Like for I don't know how many years they're awful, but people wear it because it's a brand. They don't know what they're wearing,
Yeah,
but
exactly. In
it is what it is.
America, like these teams are brands, and yeah, in Europe, it's heading towards that trend. You see, when we changed their
Yeah.
logo, And yeah, Agnelli himself said this Juve
Yeah,
is a brand, so which is it's sad to see, but I guess it's sadly the way forward if we want to compete financially with the rest of the other sports.
I agree. Yeah, I nearly said that, but that really doesn't make sense because our logo is ugly. Like it's ugly.
Yeah,
I keep
I
saying it.
miss the old one so much.
Like because I make the graphics, and every time I need to work with the Juve logo, I'm like, what the hell do I need to do with this? Like you cannot work with it. It's bad. Like it's awful. Like it's not beautiful to watch, and even
Yeah,
as a
I'm
brand,
not
like
a
it
fan
looks
of
weird. As a brand, even it looks weird. So no idea. Um, Giovanni Giovanni Albanese said Keane, Vlahovic, Ake are most likely to start. Yes, Empoli.
it. Okay,
Yeah, so we can say that's not gonna happen. When
yeah.
did he say that?
As
I've
soon as I heard Ake, I was
I
no.
don't think he said that. I don't think he said that in those words. I will look it up. I think he said something like it should be the most logical option. Let me see. Let me see what he said. No, he
I
did not
didn't
say
hear
that.
anything about Ake starting tomorrow, like nothing whatsoever.
Oh,
I'd be that would be the
he did
shock
not
of
say
the
that.
season if he started tomorrow.
So Yap, he did not say that with those words. He said it could be a solution, basically, like the most refreshing solution. But he's never said that. He said that Gravenberg is the first name for the summer, but that's for a different time. I want to read one more
Yeah,
comments before we go to the prediction. Let me see. But I'm not saying Aki's not gonna start. Like if he starts, okay. But like the Albanese didn't really said that's gonna be it. That's not what he actually meant. He said it could be the most refreshing and kind of most quote unquote logical solution. That's what he meant basically. But he never said like it's gonna happen. Um, let me see. Because Antonio keeps asking that question. I think it was Antonio saying, "What are the chances of getting Bolotti? You think the rumors are true? I hope the chances are zero, and I hope the rumors are not true." So I will say that.
yeah.
I don't even want him as a backup. I don't want him at the club. No chance. So I hope it's fake news, and I think it's fake news because he's not starting at us, and he wants to start games. So, whoop. Yeah, Black likes new logo. So yeah, Agnelli likes you.
Yeah, each to their own.
Yeah. I know people who like
Yeah,
it, huh? But I
yeah,
don't like it.
we're not saying oh if you like this logo there's something wrong with you. I just don't like it. I'm a
Yeah,
vintage man, so I
I
prefer the
agree.
old
I
one.
agree. Home of you was saying, to be honest, the only reason Juve might bring in Velotti so he can join Milan or Inter. I don't care. Let him join Inter or Milan.
Exactly.
I think that's better for us. I don't like if that's a striker they want to go forward with. Good for them. So and people keep asking what's injury Berndeski have. I have no idea. I have actually no idea what he has because it was reporting at the beginning. It was something like a muscle, and that was like few days, and it keeps dragging on and on and on, and there's no real reports. And I don't want to be disrespectful, but I don't think there are real reports because nobody's actually waiting for it. Like you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
maybe I can
no,
pick like
no one
it's
cares.
yeah, like if it was Dybala, there will be daily update. Like there are daily updates with Dybala. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But with
yeah,
Bernardeschi, it's like, yeah, when he's back, he's back. I
yeah,
don't know. That's the vibe I have. And then is saying, do you guys think we will get Gravenberg this summer? I don't think so, but I will be okay with it.
yeah. I'd be happy if it happens.
So before we wrap it up, prediction because it's still a preview show. So
Yeah,
what's your prediction for tomorrow?
I don't know. For once, I have a bad feeling, but I'll try and stay positive and say 2-1 to us. Although I wouldn't be surprised if we draw 1-1 again, but I say 2-1 to us.
I agree. Like I don't have a good feeling also. Um, and again, I would not surprise if we didn't win that game. Like I would be like, yeah, it is what
Yeah,
it is.
exactly.
Like like
It's come to that point.
yeah, I'm like it's what it is. I think that's what it is. But I will say we will win 1-0. It's gonna
I hope.
be I don't know who's gonna score. I have actually no idea. I will say Vlahovic, he will score. But
I'll say Zakaria and Ken off the bench. Why not?
oh my god, that's never gonna happen. But yeah,
I'm trying to be different.
I know you're being very positive. Anzo saying 3-0, shock the world against Empoli. Yeah, against Empoli, shocking the world.
Shock the world against the mighty Empoli, you know.
It would be a shock. I'm not gonna lie, that would be a shock. Even
Yeah, winning 3-0 even against Empoli, it's gonna be such a surprise. It'd be our biggest win in the league season, by the way. Our biggest win in the league this season was 2-0.
Yeah, that's
That's so sad.
that's
That's so
actually
sad.
sad. So yeah, I'm going 1-0. I'm not really confident. But he should be beating Empoli.
Yeah.
Someone saying 3-0, 4-1. I'm going to be optimistic.
4-1.
I have faith in the youth.
Wow.
Yeah, if they can help us on the bench because they're not gonna play.
Honestly, I rate the positivity.
Yeah, yeah, he believes we're gonna win 4-1, and he believes the youth is gonna play. So that's
What is this utopia?
yeah, like
Are we in heaven?
it's not gonna happen. I think. I mean, not
Yeah,
maybe we win
exactly.
4-1, but I don't think he's gonna play the youngsters.
Yeah.
And the same, we're giving Empoli too much respect. To be honest, no, it's just that I don't rate us that highly. I think that's the issue.
No, it just look at our results this season. We have a reason
Yeah.
to be this pessimistic.
I agree. And before we wrap it up, I will read Stephanie's comment because she's working and still watching. So I will read that out before we wrap it up. He said, "I think because Europeans are so in tune with their clubs that even a logo change would get them mad. New York Nets moved to Brooklyn, and Americans just accepted it. Lol. Yeah, like NFL teams, they move around the country. Like
Yeah, that concept is so weird to me
because the
because, like,
first time,
imagine
yeah,
imagine like Juventus being based in Sardinia. You know that just sounds so weird to me. You know.
I
You know.
agree because the first time I heard about it, like moving teams, I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How? And then I looked it up, like, and it was a franchise they call it. It moved 3 times and to the same one, and then back. I'm like, what? What the hell? How? Like,
like as a fan, what do you do? Do you stop supporting? Do you support the new franchise, or what do you do?
I don't know. I think in Europe, it's not like the league will say you're not allowed to to come back in. Like if you go
Exactly.
bankruptcy and you start all over again somewhere else, then that's different. But like just moving your team around, I think the league will say no. Like what?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like it's weird.
It gets the money
Stephanie's.
though, apparently. So
I think if it was possible, Allegri will move the team to London because I keep saying it. He thinks we are based in London, and not Torino with not even 1 million people living in that city. Sometimes I think he he needs to be reminded what city he's living in. Because Torino's not a big city.
no,
It is
no,
like population wise, it's quite. It's not what it
Yeah.
should. Like people think it's big because the team is big, you know, but it's not big. Like they barely have 1 million people living in it.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
it's a
people,
v-
but it's
you
not.
could pretty much walk the city. I've been there a couple of
Yeah,
times.
it's not.
It's very small.
Yeah. I agree.
It's like
I
a
agree.
town. It's just like
I
a
agree.
town.
It's fun there. Like that's why players love it there because it's quiet. Like you have everything there. It's not. It's super small, like, but it's quiet. You know, people are quiet.
Yeah.
It's normal. So that's why players like it over there. But the way he runs the club, sometimes I think he actually believes we are a London-based club.
Yeah, if he was in London, I'd be hunting him down, looking to have a word
You will
with
be
him.
paying
You know?
like 300 euros for a ticket. He's
Oh
charging.
yeah,
He's charging the half an
yeah,
hour to watch Cagliari. So imagine playing Arsenal at home. It will be 300, and you were sitting
yeah.
at the on the roof basically also. But yeah, so that's our Empoli preview for tomorrow in a game we need to win. Not because Inter and Milan drop points, but because
Because we need Champions
need
League
that,
football next
and
season.
yeah,
Yes,
and Atalanta have
been weird.
a game and also a game in hand. So
Yeah.
so that's that. Yeah. Thanks everybody for joining in the chat. Thanks for you, Malik, for
No worries.
replacing
Always,
the other two guys who
always happy to.
who will be back. I think Justin will be back tomorrow and on Sunday. I think yeah, he will be back, and Julian will be back starting from Monday, I believe. Also, this Sunday, for the first time, there will be a live show. Davide will join. If people have seen the show with Davide, I don't know. It was last week, I think, or at the start of this week. No, it was last week.
It was the Villarreal preview.
Oh yeah, it was a Villarreal preview. So this week. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So Davide will join on Sunday. So for once, there will be a Sunday show because people asked about it. And usually it's difficult because we play on Sunday most of the times. But for now, yeah. If we don't play on,
but once we play on a Saturday,
yeah, and if we play on Saturday, we can do a Sunday show. So Sunday there will be a live, the usual time.